and he's managed to hold on to it beautifully as we ride on board with Otis Lawrence. Of course, disappointed once again after qualifying. Let Carreton through there, it has to be said. I mean, Carreton's on the medium tyres. It makes sense not to fight at this stage with the Williams driver. But Otis Lawrence, very much a championship contender coming into Event 2. Not had the best of starts, and he'll be wanting to move forward in this one. We know he has the pace, but he's got a lot of work to do in this one.
He has indeed.
It's one of those where not the biggest change at this stage of the race. Butcher deciding to head the field. He's very far ahead of his teammate Lucas Blakely, who's currently running in 14th. Alfie Butcher looking for that breakthrough drive at McLaren as we are in the final sector here of lap number 3. Will they continue to swap positions as the laps continue to count down before the pit stops? We'll have to wait and see, but Alfie Butcher will be feeling very... Was all of the championship contenders not performing? We saw them not put many points on the board whatsoever around Silverstone. Are we going to see that again? Ron Haar, of course, currently 5th in the standings. If he secures a victory, he's going to thrust himself right into the mix. He is currently on 44 points compared to Ismail Fassi's 63.
Try and cause an upset here, all the while knowing that one of the key elements of this year is that we're getting much bigger point swings per race, and it means that you can't really count anyone in for being a consistent title favourite. It also means you can't really count anyone out compared to other seasons where you go, oh, they're miles back, they're not a contender.
Yeah, you certainly could not. Nicolas Longuet, currently 9th in the championship. Let's hear from him.
Well, it's always, if the whole grid is on the same tyre, you just have to be the one to pull the plug.
And there you go, beautiful. We're just speaking about
At this stage, that's going to go out of the window in the second half of the race.
Certainly is Ron Haar, as we mentioned in the quali show, playing it slightly more cautious. At least he was yesterday, and you can see
Butcher.
You know, we're talking about them not particularly pushing or getting elbows out. They're still out there trying to set fast lap times. Butcher on the ragged edge there. And yeah, Ron Haar, back to him, mentioning he's
out. You had a lot of really pressurized moments where you had to deliver one and done situations where the track was getting wetter and wetter. So if you didn't do the job immediately, you were heading out of the session. Extreme wet, intermediate tires. Tire brings it into the temperature window and can then attack. You can see 20.3 seconds. Early join now, going to take late pain when it comes to the duration of the tire. Then it's Thomas Ron Haar, and we go on board with Ron Haar, who was flirting with that white line through Pouhon corner.
You know when you said, just stick with it, when have we ever lied to you?
We wouldn't do that to you.
It always unravels.
Second half of the race and still win the race.
So Fassi's picked up a penalty as well, an in-game penalty for that. I'm sure that, well, I would imagine the stewards would say that that is not deserving of a penalty, but we'll have to wait and see. They'll have to be appealed, and we'll continue to update you as we hear. But Freddie Rasmussen, very quietly going about his business, up to 5th place in the Red Bull, of course, winning at Silverstone. And he's mounting a late charge in this one.
So he finds himself having improved from 10th, where he extended off the racetrack, on his only opportunity with the track at its driest in Q3. Time deleted.
Second, so he can join this wonderful little slipstream train. I'm hearing bangs to my left. I'm not sure what's going on in one of the cockpits. But Danny Beresnay, as you can see there, 1.7 seconds back. So Danny, yes, he's got the freshest tyres, but can he have enough of a pace differential to the front 3 that even without a slipstream and DRS, once he clears Freddie Rasmussen, can he catch up and pass all of these cars in this little laps left? Freddie Rasmussen so close to getting DRS here and probably using all of his battery and a little bit more. So yeah, this is fascinating to see if the Mercedes can join this battle. Pookie only 9th at the moment.
Yeah, only 9th at the moment, but he went a very long way, and he will be having the time of his life fighting through. The driver in just his 4th sim racing start. Look at the concentration, look at the intensity for Danny Beresnay. Cranking on the steering lock in the slipstream of Freddie Rasmussen, who had to work mighty hard to get back into the slipstream. But look at how much he's gaining all the time. That is a run on the momentum this time. Not quite at rocket ship, but he's closing all the while on the top 3.
Ron Haar recognises now he needs to pass Manley, realistically, if he wants to win this one. P2 is the optimum position. Danny Beresnay needs to pass a couple cars as well. And you've got Alfie Butcher out in front on the same strategy as Ronha in terms of tyre life. Pookie's in 6th with the fastest lap. He's chasing down as well. Beresnay's probably thinking, I need to move forward with this one, otherwise my teammate's going to be in my rearview mirror.
You're looking at the contenders for the win. We're on board with one. Let's hear from Danny Beresnay.
Focus on everything around me, please, guys, and give me advice.
And that is exactly what he's saying, Matt. He needs to know the big picture. He needs to know we are running out of laps here.
We are, and Pookie might reflect on that moment. Was that the right time? But of course, he still has an opportunity. You can visibly see the grip he has over Freddie Rasmussen, who's running in 5th ahead of him. He's got a healthy amount of battery, as you can see, just above the gear number of number 5 there, as you can see on the bottom middle of your screen. And Pookie, if he gets through on Rasmussen, do Mercedes have to make a difficult call here?
Well, this is going to be a fascinating couple of minutes in the championship of 2025. Alfie Butcher ahead of Tom Manley. Can Beresnay get there before we get to a traditional overtaking opportunity? Can't get his nose to the inside of the second part of the chicane, and he's still in P4. Pookie's gone past his teammate. He's gone past Manley. He's gone past Ronha. What just happened?
Three cars in one straight for Pookie, up to 2nd.
And he was 1 lap away from completing an audacious strategy and getting in the battle for the win. That will be a fine 2nd place. He has been superb. It's going to be his 3rd season. And finally, a return to the top step. He's done the job. He's won the race. It's Butcher who takes victory at Spa. Pookie charges through to 2nd. Ronha takes 15 vital points for the championship. And then it's Tom Manley with a strong 4th place. Danny Beresnay with more points for the championship in 5th. Jarno Opmeer finished ahead of Freddie Rasmussen. But the Butcher delivers